Enough rest and relaxation. Time for a little fortification and on the road again.
Many Americans believe that our island, which has a population of about 60 million, is so crowded that it's virtually one huge city. But there really are many open spaces, just like this one, which is Dartmoor. And there you can travel miles before you see any signs of habitation.
So I found out. We are now passing through as pastoral a scene as you could imagine. Sometimes miles of nothing but open countryside, sometimes partitioned green pastureland for sheep. Picture postcard scenes of old English countryside appear at every turn over each low hill. Even the works of man have an old natural charm, such as these low stone walls along the road. After a while, the farms and pastures make way for open, wide open land. This is the true Dartmoor, and is a national park. As in national parks the world over, it has its wildlife which is protected. The form of wildlife is a little startling here. Would you believe wild ponies? Like protected animals in many areas, they do not show any fear of man. A little greedy hunger, perhaps, but as for riding them, it's sort of a case of which will ride whom. A land of old. In fact, a land where a bridge such as this is considered the new one. Here is the old one, just a few feet downstream from the other. This one really dates from the time of the ancients. Just how old is this one, Don?
I couldn't tell you the exact date, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was built in prehistoric times.
There is a saying about this blossom of the moor. When the gorse fail to bloom, there will come old England's doom. So far, there has never been a failing of the bloom. For us, of course, the name Plymouth has a special meaning. This entrance to the wharf, you might say, is the focal point of the meeting. While the actual ancient causeway whence they embarked was destroyed not many years afterward, it has been determined that this is the spot where the Pilgrims boarded their gallant ship, the Mayflower, an event which determined the future of a new world and its peoples. A peaceful, quiet scene is this of the harbor of Plymouth, England. But if only these waters could talk, I'm sure they would have a story or two to tell us. Let's not get too realistic now. Well, the open road is calling again anyhow. So far, we have been exploring the southern tip of England. Time for a change, so let's head north and take a bath. It seems these baths have been around for quite a while, like the 1st century A.D. They even had the enterprising promoters in those days, I gather. They just couldn't let that remarkable hot spring which gushed out of the earth near the river Avon go to waste. By the time the 2nd century rolled around, quite a settlement had materialized. Built around a fine bathing establishment welcoming the tourists from the continent with open arms and what passed for open cash drawers in those days. It was the in place for several centuries. Then, what with floods and such, things started going downhill, and underground, as silt from the waters sort of covered it all up. But the spring was still there, and someone was always digging around. So, with an accidental discovery by a ditch digger in 1727, a bit of digging here, a bit of poking there, again brought to light these rather fantastic structures. This, I gather, is a hypocaust for underfloor heating in a calderon, or very hot room in a Turkish bath area. The whole thing was quite extensive and extravagant, what with several pools, hot and cold, square and round, interlinked with an amazing network of lead piping, all crowned by the Roman structures. It seems some people found the baths so relaxing that they never left, and they are still there enjoying it. Of course, being from the time of the Roman Empire, there are many statues and relief carvings in evidence, such as this one depicting a hound carrying a stag over its back. At least that's what the guidebook says. Time for a change of mood and a little natural color. In England, that is never hard to find.